Welcome to the Friday update for Friday, September 25th. So here's what needs to be completed today. This applies to our digital learners only. Our in-person learners have already completed this work at school. I need your spelling test that was done during small group on Thursday. If you could just send me a picture through Classdojo or email of what your child did. If you missed the spelling test, if you could please watch the video for phonics on that day so that you can take this test and send me a picture. We did a reading assessment. This is the one where your child was given a book and they read the book, and this was done one-on-one, and then I asked them questions about the book. So what I do with this reading assessment, this is our summative reading assessment that I do once a month, just to monitor how our kids are progressing on their reading levels. And so half of the grade is their accuracy. So how many mistakes did they make as they were reading? And then the second part of their grade is their comprehension. That's how they answered the questions. Now, most of our students do great on those basic questions, but when we get to the questions that are a little bit harder, that you're not able to get the answers directly from the text or the pictures, you have to think about them and you have to use some reasoning. That's where a lot of our students have trouble. So we're going to continue to work on those skills, but that assessment was done on Thursday, and the accuracy and the comprehension are averaged together to get that score. Also, we need the tens and ones assessment. You can find that in Google Classroom and Me on the Map for those friends who are in our science and social studies class. That is also on Google Classroom. For my digital learners, I will be distributing the October packet on Monday, so I'll be coming to your house to drop off the papers that you'll need for October. If you could put any work samples that your child has, those would be like some of those writing graphic organizers, the writing samples, the spelling test, any of those things that you've been taking pictures of. The pictures are great to help me monitor how they're progressing, but I really would like to see those work samples so that I can really analyze their work and to see if there's anything that I can do to help them improve. So if you can just put all those work samples in a bag, and I'll drop off the October packet and pick up the bag of completed work from your child. So looking ahead to next week, in reading, we're going to be doing a shared reading on One Smart Pig. We are also going to be working on finding the central message in a story. So we've been working on retelling those key details. We're going to continue to do that, but we're going to go to the next level where we look at those key details and help to find the central message of the story. In math, we are going to begin comparing two-digit numbers. So all of our work that we've been doing with place value with the tens and ones is going to become into play with they're going to be needing these skills. Also, a lot of our calendar math work has been very beneficial in laying the foundation to help them with this rather challenging concept that we'll be doing next week. We will start off with manipulatives, which are very concrete. But then we do have to move into the symbols, the greater than, less than, and equal to symbols, and where they're writing those comparison equations. So we will be doing that by the end of the week. In writing, we are going to be learning about what we need to make a good sentence. And how we're going to do that is we're going to take what we did on our graphic organizers and we're going to pull it off of the graphic organizer and create a very good sentence from that. So next week we will be completing our writing, and we will be taking all of that from the graphic organizer. So please, even though I am not grading the graphic organizer this week, please make sure that you have completed the graphic organizer so that your child is ready to complete the writing assignment next week. And in social studies, we will be studying landforms. So we are starting landforms today, but we will then continue landforms next week and just talking about different types of landforms like mountains and canyons and rivers. So this week our special topic is behavior. And we at Camp Creek Elementary School have our PAWs. So our PAWs are practice good manners, actively participate, work together, and show self-control. And we have had these PAWs for many years. So if your child was with us for kindergarten last year at Camp Creek, they are familiar with these PAWs. And we really emphasize the PAWs throughout the school building. So we have PAWs in the cafeteria and in the bathroom, on the playground, in the hallways, as well as in the classroom. Now, what we're starting this year is every week we are going to be selecting our Possum Person of the Week. And so this week I would like to congratulate Maddox Reeves. He is going to be our first possum person. So we will be giving him a special little certificate tomorrow, and he will get a sticker, and we will take his picture, and his picture will be in our virtual classroom all of next week. Maddox earned the Possum Award because he uses his paws on a regular basis. I can always count on Maddox to be using his paws in the hallway and in the classroom. He's a hard worker. He gets his work done. And so he earned the Possum Person for this week. Now, digital learners, you also have the opportunity to earn the Possum Person for the week, and we will be selecting one person every week. So digital learners, yours are a little bit different, but we still have some rules that Camp Creek as a whole has come up with. And so your PAWs are be ready, be responsible, and be respectful. And that's as we go into the digital classroom. What should you do? So make sure that you're working in a quiet space. Make sure you're on time. Make sure you have your materials ready. And our digital learners have been doing a great job of making sure that they have all of their materials ready. So make sure that you're not doing something else as you're online during our instruction time. Make sure that your video's on and that your microphone is muted unless we're having a discussion. If we're having a discussion, you can go ahead and turn yours on. Since we don't have as many digital learners as some other classes, we're able to have our microphones on as we do our discussion. So just during small groups, same thing, join your group on time, have your materials ready. Be responsible by using the technology as you're supposed to. Start class with your technology charged and plugged in so you don't lose your battery in the middle of a lesson. Be organized, take turns speaking, be patient, and stay focused and on task. Make sure that you have a positive attitude. We all know that it's sometimes hard to listen to a computer screen, but you guys, our digital learners at home have just been doing a fantastic job of being on and having that positive attitude. Listen when others are speaking, be kind and encourage others. Use good manners. Always try your best and use kind words. And it has been really neat to see how our digital students and our in-person students are able to interact and that they do enjoy seeing each other, and just how those friendships are still being developed even though some of our friends are at home and some are at school. So with that, for behavior in our classroom, our key behavior plan is our Class Dojo plan. This is our positive reinforcement, and so your child is earning dojo points throughout the day. Now, it is a little different for our in-person and our digital learners. For our in-person learners, your child is earning dojo points throughout the day. And at the end of the day, they get a small amount of time that we call preferred activity time. And based on how many points they've earned throughout the day, that is what they'll be able to select a toy kind of in the point range. So the big point range is 10. And if they have more than 10 points, then they're allowed to pick the preferred toys. If they have less than 10 points for the day, then they still have toys to pick from, but maybe not the favorite toy. And so this just helps to motivate them to do their best and to make good choices throughout the day. Now, every day, our in-person learners have their dojo points reset. Our digital learners are a little bit different because they don't have that daily reinforcement. So what I have decided to do for this year for our digital learners is we're going to set a point value. And so that's 50 points. And so at 50 points, when your child earns 50 points, then they will be able to earn an award or a surprise. So that's what we want to do. Your child can earn those points by being on and participating in the small groups. Calendar math for our digital learners is another thing that you can do. If your child completes calendar math for the day, please let me know at our daily check-in so that I can get your child the points that they earned for doing the calendar math. And so really we want to really reinforce that positive behavior. For our in-person learners, if they do make a bad choice. And this is not something like they did just once. So if we've had to talk to your child 2 or 3 times, or if your child does something that could hurt somebody else, like something's thrown, or they're not they don't have control of their body, then we have to take a cube. And so if your child loses a cube, the first one's a warning, so you're not going to know about that. But if they lose more than 1 cube, then that is recorded in their daily folders. If they have had a great day and they've lost 1 cube or they've kept all their cubes, then you will see a sticker in their daily folder. So that's just a way that you can check every night. You can join our class dojo and you can see how many points they've earned throughout the day. Like I said, we like to see each child earn more than 10, and most of our students are earning between 12 and 13 points a day for those who are on the daily system. And then check their folder each evening so you can see how they did throughout the day and if they earned that sticker. So if you have any questions about behaviors, about our positive pause, our possum person of the week, our class dojo, our cubes, or our daily sticker, please don't hesitate to ask. And I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend, and we will see you back next week.